Ever since I can remember, I've had the urge to wander. Even as a small boy, I wondered what it must have been like to be the first sailors in history to head out across the open ocean and not know what lay over the distant horizon. I wondered what it would be like to sail to distant lands and experience all the beauty the world had to offer. When I was 7 years old, my mother took me out on a lake in a small sailboat. It was a beautiful summer afternoon with puffy clouds slowly floating overhead from one side of the horizon to the other. Mom showed me how we could sail the boat in one direction and turn to another. She showed me how we could drift downwind. Then she showed me how we could turn the boat into the wind, tack, and sail towards the far shore, upwind from us. After an hour, we returned back to the dock. She told me I was ready to sail by myself now. We turned the boat around. She pushed the bow away from the dock, and I sailed away from the shore. I passed the point of land just outside the marina, and I was out in the open water of the lake. I pointed the bow towards the wind. I tacked and tacked all the way across the lake to the far shore. I learned that day that I could go anywhere and accomplish anything that I wanted in my life. I don't know if my mom knew what she was teaching me that day, but it was a gift. So why do you sail?
So this is Graham. So Graham, why do you sail?
To annoy you.
That's a pretty good answer. So why did you sail before me? To prepare?
No. In all honesty, it is a stress reliever. As much stress as I deal with dealing with you, it is a stress reliever.
Okay.
A bad day out on the water is better than a good day at work.
So Clay, why do you sail?
For the love of the sea. To be able to get out here and share a common experience with people for thousands of years. Is that
Called drinking.
Oh my
Called
God.
drinking.
Get the feet
A
up!
lot of interesting places and sailed with a lot of interesting people to far off lands and been horrified out of my freaking life.
My pleasure.
So Lou, why do you sail?
It seemed like the thing to do at the time.
Because you can be in the moment. Particularly if you're out in the ocean, you're responsible for everything that's happening.
Sounds like a Cialis commercial.
You have to make correct decisions. You're responsible for the outcome of those decisions. You can't blame anyone else. It's living in the moment.
I like that. So when did you first sail?
I didn't sail until college. My dad got a boat.
Yeah.
Watkins 25 in Bocachiega Bay.
Well, thank you for those great words. I appreciate it. It's good to hear some rational thinking about why we all do what we do when it gets really crazy. So speaking of really crazy, Captain, tell us why you sail.
I've always enjoyed the water, and this is just another one of the means to enjoy it and stuff. And I've always enjoyed, I'm kind of also a little bit of a weather fanatic. So being able to, to see what the weather is doing and be able to, adjust the sailing and stuff according to what the weather's doing at the time. Enjoy the, feeling the silence as the boat's slicing through the water and being able to tell that how to move the boat, and it's just kind of peaceful.
Great. So I've heard in my time sailing with these guys that this boat hears people when it's talked to.
It hears people. It's whether or not it wants to respond to said positive or negative encouragement.
I see. And who mostly does that talking to the boat?
I don't know who that could be.
No, it's between me and George. It really is.
So you talk to the boat too?
She's a big bitch.
Okay.
Better be nice to her.
Yeah, yeah, you're really tempting fate. So, what do you say to the boat?
I'm just talking to the boat stuff to make sure that she's gonna keep us all safe, and we're not gonna wipe out when the wind's blowing 30 knots and you got spinnakers out.
Hey. All right. Well, there you have
Kelly,
it.
tell me why you sail.
I think like the rest of us, I don't really have an answer. I just got involved in it and really enjoyed the community and everything about it, and just never looked back.
So how long have you been sailing?
For 13 years.
13 years. And what got you into it? Where did you start?
I followed a boy.
You followed a boy. Well,
something good came out of it.
something good did come out of it, I
Yep.
see. Okay. So tell us what you do in addition to sailing in the sailing community.
I don't think you have enough memory on your camera for that.
What are you currently doing besides sailing on boats?
I am the chief scorer. I do the scoring for all the regattas. I am on the board of directors for the yacht club. I am on the membership committee. I'm involved in almost every single regatta that we have at the club, and I am assisting this year's fleet captain with racing.
Wow, you do a lot. And dog sit.
And dog sit and work.
For friends.
For friends.
At their house.
Yes.
For very low price.
Yes.
During the holidays.
Yes.
Okay.
Kelly, you were recently awarded Sailor of the Year.
Oh, that's right. Woohoo! Sailor of the Year.
Excellent choice.
Woohoo! Okay.
Well deserved.
So, tell me about your most memorable moment on a sailboat. And I'm talking about sailing.
Well, when the mast came down on fire and ice, that was pretty memorable. And the opposite of that, when sailing into Cuba, or actually we weren't even sailing at that point, we had the motor on, but going into Cuba, it was the first time I had ever been out of the country, and I sailed on a 35-foot boat with 8 men, and had a very life-changing experience.
Which included jail, right?
No jail, no indictment coming back.
I thought you were in jail.
No.
You were never actually put in.
No, we were never
behind
actually
bars.
put in jail.
Handcuffs?
No.
Her butt ate her underwear off.
But when she was sitting on the gun,
I don't know if I believe you or not.
she,
All
I
right.
know, but
Well, thank you very much for finally giving us the time that we've been looking for all of these months to just chat with you. I know you've got a lot of other press to talk to, and you're promoting your next adventure.
Yep, that's exactly what it's all about.
So I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
You're welcome.
Before you turn that off, Kelly's reminded me of a memorable experience I had sailing to Cuba. You were crew for me.
Do I want to say hush your mouth right now?
And it was about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
And I was in the bunk below, and I hear this screaming.
Like a little girl?
Like a little girl, yes. And I come up, and Clint is curled up on the deck and holding his crotch, and there's a flying fish flapping nearby. Clint
True story.
At the helm. And sounded like he was mortally wounded.
Yeah. Yes. But let me tell you something. Flying fish,
They're bigger than they seem.
when they're coming across the water towards the boat, it looks like a beautiful cloud, you know, because of the phosphorescence coming your way. And as you lean over, you think, whatever it is, it's... And then the next thing you know, you're on the deck. So,
That is a good story.
yeah. So I don't know which was more painful, my Cuba experience or Kelly's Cuba experience. All right, we're gonna mosey on up to the foredeck and talk to the foredeck crew. Thanks, guys.
Don't listen to them, they lie.
They lie. They lie. Hey, guys.
Hello.
How are you today?
Very good, thank you.
So we are talking today about why people sail. So Anne, why don't you start? Tell us why you like to sail.
I like the water. I like being part of the crew. I like the racing better than just sailing around the bay because it's exciting.
Yep.
I get to be on the boat. I don't have to pay for it.
That's the best. Yeah. Not being a boat owner, but being on the water. Yep. Okay. And then we have Kevin.
Hey.
Kevin has experience on camera, so this should be good, right?
Don't overpromise there. Yeah, zoom out a little bit. Okay, try.
Well, remember
Good
this is a
side.
wide angle, so you're going to be
That's
about
good.
half the
That's
frame.
good.
This
Don't
close.
make my face look fat, please. Okay? It doesn't need any help. It doesn't need any help.
Okay, how about
Thank
that?
you.
That's supposed to be true. You hold it up high, it's supposed to make you look thinner.
Can you hear me now, God?
So why do you sail?
I think for a lot of reasons, combination of effects. I don't want to sound like Ann here, but I think for me, there's a certain comfort, solace that comes from being out on the water. So it certainly is it's good for your inner emotions, puts you in a good state of mind.
Yeah.
Being a career sailor in the U.S. Navy and having significant sea time, I know it's ironic, but I've never done any sail time before. So this is a learning experience for me. Plus, I just love being out on the water for
Yep.
the reasons I just identified. And then last but not least, great camaraderie. I've met a wonderful group of people here with diverse backgrounds. So the friendship and the camaraderie is certainly all good. And there is a science and an art to sailing. It's not as easy as it looks from shore.
Yep.
And there's a lot of tactical decisions that get made. And it's a fascinating look at this aspect of being on the water, which I didn't have from my naval experience. So again, a combination of facts, long answer.
Great. Thank you very much.
Beth?
And now we have Ted. Ted is our awesome bow manager. What do you officially? Four-decker.
Four-decker.
Four-decker. So tell us first of all, what do you do on the boat? Because it's one of the most complicated positions.
Whatever George tells me to do.
And then afterwards, what George didn't
Right,
tell you.
Which is everything from ESP communications about bow lines.
That's right. Yep.
To switching out a big spinnaker to a little spinnaker in 30 seconds.
A big jib or a little jib.
And mastering the Czechoslovakian douse.
That's right. Yeah.
Czechoslovakian douse.
It's managing everything forward of the mast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, why do you sail?
I enjoy the camaraderie and I enjoy the competition.
Plus, your parole officer steers you toward it. Right?
That's true too. Get community service points. Yeah.
So you like competition?
Yes.
So, tell me about winning versus losing and the benefits and angst of both.
Well, it's always good to win a race, but I kind of feel that when we're all out here, we're all winning.
True. Well said. And what about losing?
Losing can hurt sometimes, especially when you're losing to your next closest competitor by seconds.
Yeah.
And you do a, 60-mile race and you lose by 20 or 30 seconds. That's kind of hard.
And that really happened just a couple weeks ago.
Just a couple weeks
yeah,
ago.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, but we had a good time.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, enjoying each other and enjoying the challenge of trying to win. Can't win every race.
True. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So there you have it. Why do we sail? To relieve stress, to enjoy our love of the sea, to share a common experience with sailors of centuries past, to be in the moment with a sense of destiny. It's the peaceful whisper of the boat slicing through calm water and understanding what she and the light breeze are trying to tell you. It's a strange combination of the solace of the sea and the feeling of an adrenaline rush from racing across the finish line moments before your closest competitor, all in the same afternoon. We're a diverse group with a sense of community, a group of seekers, yet each searching to find something different in our common love of the sea. We are a people driven from the safety of the shore to discover our true selves in the adventure of the water. We laugh hard, yell a lot, and have more fun than any other gathering of people you will ever find anywhere on earth or the sea.